confused, and it's your second time.
It's the girls.
Hey. 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 Now let me ask y'all what's the realness? Unauthentic, that's what comes to mind. You ain't about that street game, all of that is lies. You ain't about that business, man, who you faking for? Since you trying to stop me now, I'm really making noise now. Here I am trying to think of something creative to say, and y'all saturating microphones, ruin the airways, man. Some of y'all be killing me, ending my life almost literally. Stop it, man, cause the fans are tired of all y'all trickery. Pick up the pen and see I'm writing from the heart. Hip-hop, where you been, it's slowly falling apart. Not enough rappers, but plenty of actors. You say you the best, I call you overreactors. Music is in me, there's so many envy. Passion is deep, you see the fire in my eyes. I just want a voice, man, I just want to be heard. Don't need to worry about if it's me writing these words, let's go. You see the fire in my eyes. So if you want a journey, I'ma tell you if you really want to go. Open my life to share my story if you really want to know. From this moment on, I'm moving up and not down. You know I, hey, you know I, hey, you know I. I'm in the building spitting flames like I know how. Never going back down, it's my time to shine now. As long as I'm on the microphone, I'm fine. And who's really doper than me but I? Stay running your mouth, man, just keep slipping. Think you hotter than me, now better keep listening. Nothing gonna blur up my vision. Gotta sit down and write this speech, politician. This is what I'm wishing for how to rhyme. Wishing you realize, wishing you stop the lies. When they garbage you spitting, really got me conflicted. Even the wrong perception, you walk around and depict it. It's about elevation, it's about healing nations. Don't you think that we all are God's greatest creation? This is the bottom line. Half of my brothers dying. Some of y'all need to wake up, talk about get your cake up. Hope that you hear me, my people, we losing focus. Tired of mothers crying, heartbroken and looking hopeless. Somebody tell me what the deal is. We only got one life, so let's live, let's live. You see the fire in my eyes. So if you want a journey, I'ma tell you if you really wanna go. Open my life to share my story if you really wanna know. From this moment on, I'm moving up and not down. You know I, hey, you know I, hey, you know I can see the world through my daughter's eyes. That's the key to my motivation to keep writing these lines. It's my time now, I choose fame. Look back on everything, really went through some pain. Something before the better, my skills are stronger than ever. You can't stop me, cause my brain is lasting forever. It's my year, no fear, my team, my fears. Ain't nobody gonna make me lose my focus. Cause I know I've been put on this earth for a purpose. But I'm barely touching the surface. But I think it was all worth it. You see the fire in my eyes. So if you want a journey, I'ma tell you if you really wanna go. Open my life to share my story if you really wanna know. From this moment on, I'm moving up and not down. You know I, hey, you know I, hey, you know I.
ACT, you see this?
If it ain't official Dana J, Prima Donna News, I don't even want to see it.
Oh, yeah. 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 The things that I see, the things that I have, I can feel the pain inside, oh, inside. The shoes that I feel, the scars that me grow, as solid as I am, I'll never fall. What you see in me, I seen in me. Long time ago, I never fall. I stood 10 tall. seen, the things that I had. I can feel the pain inside, oh, inside. The shoes that I feel, the scars of me grow. As solid as I am, I'll never fall. Would you see me? I seen in me a long time ago. I never fall. I stood 10 toes. The things that I seen, the things that I had. I can feel the pain inside, oh, inside. The shoes that I feel, the scars of me grow. As solid as I am, I'll never fall. You see,
Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Whatever you want, whoa, whatever you need, my heart belongs to you. Oh, whatever you need, there's nothing I won't do. Oh, whatever you want, let's go. Belongs to you. I say whatever you need. Whatever you need, my heart belongs to you. Whatever you want, just something I won't do. Whatever you want, my heart belongs to you. Woo. I say whatever you need. I feel like cutting up today. What's going on, Dream Team? How y'all doing? Ooh, I'm pushing the wrong buttons on the wrong thing. Lord have mercy. What's going on, y'all? Y'all know I'm on my, recap of the Diddy joint of what happened, and and I'm getting people that was there to talk about the Diddy joint. Man, y'all don't talk about me singing off key tonight. I just feel like a lot of stuff has been going on, and I purposely be doing things like singing off key. And they be like, Dana, why are you singing off key? Because I want to. Sometimes I just want to do it. Sometimes I just want to sing off key, and me singing off key, I mean, I can do it. And they be like, Dana, oh, that's not the right key. I know. That's why I don't listen when I feel like I want to sing off key. I ain't gonna listen. I'm gonna just be like, okay. I'm gonna start saying stuff like that. Whatever you need, you try me, I will do. Yeah. Stuff like that. Well, I got the most controversial person coming through tonight. The man, the myth, the legend. See, people wanted me and this guy to beef because they was like, Dana, oh my God. And you don't need to talk to him. He's this and he's that and he's this and he's that. Listen, that man ain't do nothing but show me he's nothing but a brother to me.
That man ain't showed me nothing but he's nothing else but a brother to me. So I'm gonna say this. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Chardonnay Rose Styles, how you doing? If this is your first time at the Dana J Show, I want to say thank you for joining. I want to say thank you for stopping past. I want to say thank you for giving me your view. I want to say thank you for being just who you are, which is nothing other than a great supporter or somebody that's looking for good information. I can give you that. I'm going to give you that. And I believe that the Diddy trial, the Diddy trial has spawned a lot of situations. And I just believe that people that been there, that don't got time to play around, we all gave a different point of view. So one thing I did is what I did was I went and got content for the week that I was there. I got enough content to last me 30 days. I can go every day and put something different up. However, the content that I got, people were saying, oh no, I'm up there to do this and do that and do this and do that. No, I was there to get content. I was there to establish new relationships with different content creators up there. And I was up there to get the truth about this trial. So with that being said, when I got there, me and this brother, when I got there, me and this brother, our first day, we was at each other's heads. Lord knows. If y'all seen the live, y'all seen it. His live, it was the live that went viral because I had words with the Knot, and the Knot had words with me. And then from there, we laughed about it, and we became cool as ever since then. Like I told the Knot, it's nothing that you can. It's not no day that you can't call me and can't get me. And if I don't answer the phone, I'm calling right back. That's not a day that the Knot can't call me and say, bro, yo, I need help with this and this. I don't mind. I help all people that I come across with. It's up to you to mess that relationship up. Now, and if you've messed that relationship up, that's not on me. That's on you. And I give you more than enough chances. When you do mess up the first time, I give you a chance to repair it. But some people has had more than enough chances, and they continue to screw me and people that's cool with me. I'm going to say this. What up, Prima? What up, Galatians? Hey, Mama Mary. Miss Lady T in the building. Jackie Brown. Hey, Chardonnay Rose. What's up? One thing I tell people is this right here. If I rock with you, and I don't care how nobody else look at this, if I rock with you and you beefing with somebody, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to squash that beef. Right? I'm going to try to squash that beef. If I can't squash the beef, I'm going to just tell both of y'all, yo, just leave it alone. But if I'm rocking with you heavy and we got titles for each other, where we call each other bro, cuz, unc, nephew, stuff like that, your beef becomes my beef. And if I know you can't handle certain things, I'm going to jump out there and I'm going to protect you. Like I did for a certain name that I can't talk about until after next month. So I'm just going to say scam likely. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And protecting that person, I got stabbed in the back. I got bit by multiple vipers. I got bit by multiple black mambas, and I shook it off. What got me, and I'm going to be honest, I'm still mad about this. And I think I'm going to be mad about this to the day that I die. What got me was a call was placed to me at 10:59 p.m. on a Saturday. And the call went like this. Well, Dana, my husband can't afford a car no more, so do you want to take it off our hands? I said, sure. I don't mind. At this point, we was friends, so I thought. I said, yo, I don't mind. I didn't know what was behind that. I didn't know that the moment I said sure, that some stories was going to come out saying that, and this coming from the husband, my wife ain't sleep with me because of you. What? But I'm going to park that there. After the trial, I'm going to unleash everything. I'm going to unleash every recording. I'm going to unleash everything I have, everything I know. I'm going to unleash it. And I heard, you know, I fell out the bushes because I just seen the stuff that was going on today. And I was like, wow, I tried to tell people. But it's not for me to beat it in anybody. It's for me to show y'all like, yo, don't make the same mistake that I make. If you're going to deal with certain people, be careful. I'm not telling you not to deal with them. But if you deal with them, I'm not fucking with you. I will not be around you if you're dealing with them because I know what I dealt with. And I don't want, and I can't have lightning strike twice on me. With that being said, hold on, my live look a little naked. My live look a little naked. Where that unleashed joint? There you go. There you go. Look a little right now. Look a little right now. So, what up next? So my thing is, all the dirt that was done to everybody in the R. Kelly sector, different people in different sectors are starting to see it. And it's not our fault. We just took a step back and let the exposure by the Most High, the good Lord, expose it all. I kept saying, how can you be a Christian and you throwing voodoo on people? How can you be a Christian and you lying on people? How can you rock with somebody one day and then turn around and stab them in the back and hate them just to get monetary gain off them for the next day? Make this sugar honey iced tea make sense. So I got somebody up here today, and like I said, I'm gonna park that right there. I'm gonna get back to the Diddy trial. I got somebody up here today that a lot of people call controversial. Well, when I look at this person, I look at myself. He's just on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast. I will go at you if you cross me. I'm cool as hell. If we cool, business-wise, I will take it to court and don't care how the outcome comes. Hold on, wait a minute. What? 12K lawsuit. Wonder what that's about. She digging a deeper hole for herself. Who got a 12K lawsuit? Wait a minute. Somebody got a $12,000 lawsuit on them? Chris Terry in the building. One of the hardest working men in showbiz in the building. So I'm going to show y'all something, right? And I'm going to start it off like this. I'm going to give you his presentation and my interviews from court, live from Diddy court, right? And then I'm going to bring him on stage on live, and you're going to see we just going to chop it up and talk about any and everything. And I got a whole memo Rolodex that I want to ask him. So check this out. This is my boy, none other than the Knot. You know what I mean? None other than the Knot. So here we go. So what I'm going to do is I got the one and only. Don't I?
What's up?
I got him on here, and yes, he was going off the other day. Yes, I said I'm walking away because I ain't know what the hell was going on. I just heard him talk about the lady coochie smell like dog water. Listen. Man, what you think about the trial, bro?
So I think this trial is pretty much one of the trial of the century. I do agree with that, just being here. And like I said a couple of weeks ago, like last week, I said the more and more this trial go, They're going to start calling in government witnesses and people to testify to other things. And people that are here for a moment are going to waver off. And people that's here for the true crime, the law, are going to keep reporting it and also hold the suspects accountable and advocate for the victims in their own unique way. So today, which is day 11, Fire Marshal Bill is in to testify and to corroborate a lot of what Capricorn Clark was saying, as well as Kid Cudi and Cassie.
And Deontay is here now too.
Who?
Deontay the stylist.
Oh, nice. Yes. So we got to get going up in there. But anyways, later. But I'm doing this with you.
Right. So if you was a juror and today was the final day and you had to go off of what you know right now, is Diddy guilty or innocent?
Well, that's a question of law and fact. When it's a question of law, obviously if it comes in the trial court, there's some things that you have to take up on appeal.
Right.
I don't think it's right that yesterday I went in, for example, and the first thing that was mentioned was Diddy's attorneys is like they wanted to bar Capricorn from mentioning the break-in and the arson and the burglary of Kid Cudi's house and her being kidnapped in 2004, and the judge said it's admissible. So me knowing law and knowing that the statute of limitation for RICO predicate acts, it has to be within a 10-year span. And if you're testifying in front of the trier of fact that Diddy kidnapped you in 2004, the cat is out the bag. They don't know law. They don't want to deal with none of that or have anything to do with that. They don't know that Capricorn saying she was kidnapped by Diddy in 2004 is not a predicate act because of the statute of limitations bars it.
Right.
That Cassie's mother saying that Diddy embezzled her and extorted $20,000 from her in 2012. They don't know that all of that stuff, technically based on law, should not have come into this case. Dawn's testimony about what she'd been through and what she witnessed with Cassie in 2012. None of that should have came into the case based upon the statute of limitation under RICO itself. That happened beyond the scope of 10 years when the government filed the indictment against Diddy.
Right.
But now that the cat is out of the bag and the jury's not there to interpret law, they're there to interpret the facts. So the law allowed those facts to be presented, and based on that, Diddy has multiple predicate acts under RICO. He's also charged with prostitution, right? But there's a 5-year statute of limitation on that. And the last time that they can testify as to him doing that thus far has been in 2018. That's above the 5-year statute of limitation. So that is frivolous as well. But that's the indictment. This is me knowing law, but there's so many facts came into this case that should not have gotten into this case. This is why Harvey Weinstein is right now on appeal across the street because of no witnesses. Those are people that come and testify about prior bad acts that has nothing to do with the victim or the charge itself. Don Richard, Kid Cudi, Cassie's mom, they're testifying to, and Capricorn, they're testifying to prior bad acts that has nothing to do with RICO because it happened longer than 10 years ago. But so that puts Diddy in a position to come back on appeal for no witnesses, which is the same reason Harvey Weinstein came back on appeal. And so that's what I predict. I predict that he's probably going to be found guilty on something and be spending a great deal of his time incarcerated on appeal. And he will persevere and get a retrial on appeal if he gets found guilty. And yesterday, I looked for things like when Capricorn Clark was testifying and the government started asking her about the stipulated agreement she did with Diddy, and as far as how much she got paid and stuff, they call it the sidebar. Because if the government would have been allowed to allow that into court, then Diddy would have came back and said, Capricorn Clark, we're going to completely dismiss her because she testified on the oath to some things that she signed the NDA for. That's why Bill Cosby was able to get out. So I see things in real time. I see the past, the present, the future, and it's amazing to be here to actually, talk about 2004 and know that Capricorn Clark was there trying to help Cassie become like Rihanna and Sierra, and it didn't work out for her. Have Capricorn Clark throw under the bus and say she wasn't talented. But also, a lot of people did not catch it, and I spoke about it last night. Capricorn Clark got wrongfully terminated by COMBS Enterprises, a Bad Boys record, in 2012, in August 2012. She mentioned that prior to that, she met Chris Lightly in an elevator, 50 Cent's manager, and Diddy basically said he don't do go back and forth, he do pop outs. And Chris Lightly, I did a review. In August 2012, they said that he committed suicide in his home.
We all know that didn't happen.
But that was at the same time when Capricorn Clock was fired trying to get a new job going against Diddy.
Yep.
And I called so much.
It's so much that we can talk about with that.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. So let's jump into it, man. What happened between you and Gene Deal? But I want to get your side of the story.
Okay, so Gene Deal to me is just like Jaguar can't get right. They just gonna be
Jaguar who?
Jaguar can't get right.
Oh.
And if she show back up to this court, I got them 3 lawsuits for her and the defendant. I'm gonna serve her, record it, and send the paperwork to the attorney because she need to be held accountable. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. It'll be great. It'll be funny. But anyways, I'm not gonna do that. So no, with Gene Deal, I think Gene Deal is a liar, and a lot of people have questions as far as his complicity in the case or whatever. So me coming out here with these so-called big dogs.
Where are the pictures? Go ahead, finish.
Me coming out here with these so-called big dogs, I have to carve out my own niche and articulate my personal brand. And so I'm not asking just for what the people want to know and want to hear. I'm asking for myself too.
Right.
And they have a problem with it. And the problem is Gene Deal brings in money for Tissatel, thousands of dollars a month.
She's right there.
Bringing money for Tissatel, thousands of dollars per month. Bringing money for a lot of YouTubers. So these YouTubers are solely invested in protecting their revenue and stuff, right? And their image and these reputations. These people on YouTube sit behind a desk, go live from their phone, and they think they're famous because they have big platforms. And I just don't think so. Because aren't you a big dog?
Of course.
I'm a big dog too.
But let's show these pictures.
Let's show these pictures. So this right here is Randy Pittman. He's in a picture with Benchworth. And everybody has been wondering when he was going to enter the arena and what he had to do with it. And this guy, Randy.
Hold on. I got y'all. It's 2 more clips. It's 2 more clips that I gotta show before I bring him on. Because I don't want nobody lost.
We can't treat Gene Deal or nobody with baby gloves.
Thank you.
So when you said were you at the party? Were you at this? Those are good things to ask. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta ask those things. Sometimes you gotta ask the shocking thing.
Hold on. My bad. That's the wrong clip. Hold on. My bad. That's the wrong clip. I set it up wrong. This is the clip that I needed. Here we go.
Pittman told me he worked for a talent agency, and he had 2 girls, 14 and 13, and himself to do a campaign for Sean John. They was at an event that he took this picture with Bentley and Diddy. Right there, that's him. Diddy has his white shirt on and his chain. You know, Diddy is not going to wear the same outfit twice, especially in 2002, right? There's Gene Deal right here on the side of Diddy. Is that not Gene Deal?
Right there.
That's Gene Deal, okay? Same outfit, same shirt with this guy right here. This guy basically told me that Gene Deal was security for Puffy at this time when Puffy took him and his 2 clients, a 14 and a 13-year-old girl, back to a hotel. Puffy and Benchworth was there, and they pretty much laced them and SA'd them. This is what he said, and he actually filed the lawsuit. Now, when you pull up this lawsuit, it won't specifically name Gene Deal or whatever, but the picture, and I did an interview with him on my YouTube channel, and he confirmed these facts to me. So there's an actual lawsuit.
Can you send me that paperwork?
Yes, I can send you that paperwork.
But
I can definitely
give you my
send it to
number
you.
and everything. Wow, that's deep.
Right, hold on.
So it's about money, and I get it. And they feel like I'm disrespecting them by asking real questions that will demonopolize this whole elaborate brand that Gene Deal
Yeah, but
built.
Tissa's a good person. She's a real good person.
She has her ways. She has character traits. And that's just what it is. But now I know that these wannabe big dogs or these actual big dogs don't want to respect me as a big dog, so I got to move accordingly.
Right.
So with Tissatel last week, when I first asked Gene Deal a question, she was nowhere in sight. She was way over here, literally over here, and ran over there to interrupt me asking Gene Deal the questions. I don't care about her relationship with Gene Deal. I'm not there with none of that. TMZ built their platform off of getting content off of Britney Spears, even though she did not want it, right? So when she interrupted me right there, I felt she was very rude, disrespectful, and condescending. And so I never said anything about it. I never made a problem about it because I was respecting her big dog. And then the next thing you know, I see her sitting here on the step, and I just returned the favor for her. She got money to do whatever she want to do. She got money to hire whoever she want to hire. It's never going to stop me from being me. That's all I'm saying. It's never, ever going to stop me from being me, period, point blank. None of it. She's her, I am me. She disrespected me last week, and I didn't say anything.
All right, I got one more clip, one last clip for y'all. One last clip. So that way, when I ask these questions, y'all gonna know exactly what I'm talking about and who I'm talking about. And then we're gonna bring the man of the hour up here.
We can't treat Gene Deal or nobody with baby gloves.
Thank you.
So when you said were you at the party? Were you at this? Those are good things to ask. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta ask those things. Sometimes you gotta ask the shocking things. That's fine. But I think that where it kind of went left was before you got here, you and her had a situation. The day before, when Gene Deal first came, you was there, she kind of cut in front of you.
Right. Did you not think she was rude for doing that?
I mean, yo, she's the big dog. That's all I can say.
I know. None of that.
Donut.
None of that.
Donut, I get it.
That don't mean nothing.
No,
to me.
you're right.
Straight up.
No, that's where, right.
I'm the big dog out this bitch.
Right,
like, what are you talking about?
Right.
And I don't need to tell you. Listen, if you feel like you the big dog, bro, you the big dog.
Yeah.
We all big
I cannot
dogs.
tell you.
Everybody
You a
better
big
than
dog.
nobody.
Listen, you a big dog.
Yeah.
Of course I am.
You a big dog. Are you a big dog? Are you a big dog? Are you a big dog? I'm a motherfucking big dog. And ain't now one of these big dogs gonna test my big dog, and I'm not gonna test theirs. That's how you keep it
Hold
OG.
up, but I'm not saying that anything wrong.
You a big
as far
dog.
as asking those questions, because nobody asked Gene that yet. So that was a good moment for us, the public, because there are people that question Gene Deal, correct? There are people that say, nigga, you was there the whole time, and now you want to talk. There was you was there watching all this.
Period.
You complicit. There are
Period.
people that say he's complicit. Now, that was good. We need that type of angle coming from a different way. You know what I'm saying? We need every opinion because not everybody agree. That's why media is important. But what we got to do is try to rope it in a little bit because she and Gene got a relationship.
Okay.
Here you come.
Let me
calling
correct
them
this.
out.
Let me correct this, bro. Tissa Tell's relation. First of all, Tissa Tell don't like dark-skinned black people. She
Don't say that. She like me, bro. That's my ex-girlfriend, bro.
I seen it with Nick at Night, and
I
Nick
ain't
at Night would
dark-skinned,
tell
that's
you
what
what's
y'all
good.
trying to say?
If Nick
No,
at
no,
Night
no,
was being real, she'll tell you what's good.
We gotta get.
She'll tell you what's good the first day. You know what I'm saying? Tissa Tell's relationship with Gene Deal has nothing to do with actually liking him or not. When Tissa Tell go to her analytics and her videos about Gene Deal, when she go and see what her audience wants in the anti-Diddy narrative and who's speaking against him, whether they lying or not, she's gonna push that. Tissa Tell and the Storm and Rose, they eat off of Gene Deal. They make money by speaking a positive narrative. So they're hold on.
Is there something wrong with that?
One second. No. The problem is that they feel like that they can demonize me and impede on what I got going on because for some reason they're not gonna make the $15,000-$20,000 pushing a Gene Deal narrative because I'm interrupting their bag. That's how they feel. They feel like I'm interrupting their bag.
Hold on a second. Donut, listen. Don't you think that you are?
I had to play that. Unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear now.
Yeah, what's up?
Man, I'm telling y'all, I told y'all I'm getting everybody up here that gave me an interview. And I got the most controversial. Y'all thought I was controversial, but I got the most controversial brother up here. And one thing I'm gonna tell you, we cool. So for everybody that wanted to throw that narrative, Dana J, you and did not need to go at each other, and And matter of fact, and putting stuff in my inbox. Oh my God. And Denot said this about you. Well, Denot's right here.
Yeah, I'm right here. Like, what did I say? Can you tell me what did I say about Dana? Like, Dana, the only we talk on the phone way more than we mention each other online and stuff. We just, and I want to make something very clear because I see something. I see, Miss Sylvia being exposed. I want to let everybody here in this moment know that none of my communication with Dana revolved around his issue with Miss Sylvia. None of that. And I don't do that. I don't pick apart. I don't pick sides. I get to know people for who they are for themselves. So anything that I might say about Dana or Miss Sylvia is based on my own understanding of them, nobody else's. Just putting that out there.
All right, so let's get right to it because shoot, people want to know, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
And we gonna be a minute because both of us we experienced some stuff at the Diddy trial. So I'm gonna start off light first. For everybody that don't know, this is the Knot POV. POV stands for point of view. Not poverty, not pervert, not none of that. It's point of view. Now, y'all want to know why I say this man is controversial? Because he remind me of me. He gonna say what the hell he want. He gonna think what he want, and he gonna spit it how he want. And if you don't like it, well, let's meet up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's meet up. So when I first met the Knot, it was on some not pleasant stuff. I'm gonna be honest. Because when I first met the Knot, he was going off, and I was like, man, be quiet. And he said, I don't gotta be quiet. You don't know what I'm going through. Well, wait a minute. Hold on, bro. And then we talked after that, and then he explained to me what was really going on. I was like, Sam? Gene? I was like, and I told him, I said, let me get to the bottom of this because I think it's a misunderstanding. Did I not?
Yeah.
But I said, I think it's a misunderstanding in between him and Gene. Sam, I don't care about. And because at the end of the day, I seen how Sam manipulated his way into, let's say, our culture with things by lying.
Is that not what I told him? And weeks later and after the trial, everybody says and realizes is what I not said about Tisa the total outcome of who she is? Like, I don't understand why I get demonized and picked at and called the problem for calling bullshit out. I literally, if I smell bullshit, I'm not finna sit in the room smelling bullshit. It's either I gotta go or I gotta address this.
Well, the same way I got demonized in the R. Kelly sector for telling the truth about somebody and let's go here. I told the Knot, don't deal with scam likely. I told him, and the Knot said, Dana, I respect your opinion, but I got to form a judgment for myself.
Period.
And I said to the Knot, if I see you around her, I will not say nothing to you. And the Knot said, okay, I still say something to you. So I just want to put that out there first. But let's take it from the beginning. When you first heard about the Diddy trial, what was your first mindset of what you was going to see or what you was expecting to see at the Diddy trial?
Well, when the day Diddy got arrested, I created the single most viral video that got over 700,000 views on it. So the day he got arrested, you have to find a talking point and something that's unique and get the people going if you're going to talk about true crime cases and cover it. And my whole thing was, why is Diddy the only person being charged and indicted? If they want to know who all to indict, to go to Dun and Bradstreet. And I was like, I'm a up and coming content creator. There's the Tasha K's. There's the Make It Make Sense, the Tisa Tales that they could have went and spent the money on Dun and Bradstreet to pull up to figure out everybody who was involved, and we could have had that information. So I was just sharing information and covering it, but people really like that critical thinking point. And ultimately he ended up in a single man RICO. Had I had the resources, or people would have looked at me instead of saying, don't listen to him, actually listen and went to Dun and Bradstreet. then the whole trajectory of the case probably would have been different from a one man RICO to, okay, y'all hiding because this person is connected to this, and this is what, some things like that. So because I created that video, it was always in the back of my head, like, okay, Diddy trial happens. I cover true crime cases, Mahogany Jackson, Naziah Harris. I really, really love covering true crime cases. But like, it got so saturated to the point to where I was just like, I forgot when the trial was happening. And so I was in Brazil, and things just my phone got stolen. I went through credit card fraud, and it was just those two things. And don't lose your phone out of the country. Don't. And don't call your phone company or your credit card company for help, because they will lock you out even if you're in a third world country. So anyways, when that happened, I came back to LA, and I was just like, damn, I'm back from Brazil. I got what I need. Do I go back to Brazil, or do I get on another 12-hour flight, or do I just go to New York, make money? Because I was confused about what I was going to do exactly for content and how I was going to keep up and keep the money flowing in. And so I decided to go to New York and, take the resources that I had already allocated towards, vacation and make money, and also just enjoy and visit family and stuff in New York City. That's how I got to New York City. So because I forgot about the trial, I didn't go with a game plan, and I didn't go with the hopes or aspiration or getting mentioned on TV. Like, I got 4 fucking suits,
Right.
4 suits, all of them collectively over $5,000 from Men's Warehouse. I didn't take not one of them there because I wasn't there to try to, look at me. I was just there to, honestly, for the social media of it, and to continue to reinforce my brand and make money, most importantly.
Okay, so as you got to sit and take on a trial, did you believe that some of the witnesses were capable of lying like that under oath?
Yeah, so obviously I missed the first week. I got there me and Nick at night, we got to the trial on the same day. She didn't stay the whole time. She left and came back a couple of weeks later. But yeah, the first witness that I seen was Don Richard. Um, I went and I was excited because I had predicted. I was like, oh, the guy that shot up the Trump Tower, Jonathan Oddie. I wanted to hear from him because I felt like he was gonna just totally violate the NDA and just name all these celebrities and stuff that he tried to keep private. So I was excited about that, but it ended up being Don Richard. I can't necessarily say she lied, but I can say that she definitely had a lot of malice behind her testimony, a lot of hurt and anger built up from years of working with Diddy and her career not being in a position that she wanted it to be. So I felt like she was willing to say anything just to hurt him, with the reckless disregard for his family and everything, because that was her lick back. And we've seen that throughout credible people's testimonies as well.
Right. All right.
And specifically with her lying, she tried to say Diddy beat Cassie, and that's why Cassie had on glasses, and her and Kalina decided to put on the glasses too, because they was all like sisters and stuff. And it turned out that she wasn't even around Cassie like that. She's just making up things to corroborate the narrative that Comey and them wanted to push. And Comey got fired today, by the way.
Oh wow. Yeah, I was gonna get on that on a later date.
Okay, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's something major. That's something major. Cause see, I'm gonna talk about that too, along with the one man Ricos. But that's coming. So let's talk about this viral moment day.
Okay.
You was in the courtroom. Now, see, I've been telling everybody I wasn't gonna say nothing until you got here.
Mm-hmm.
But you came out the courtroom. You and Gene Deal had words.
Mm-hmm.
I spoke with you right after that. And me and you was laughing and chopping up, and you said, that nigga, your exact words, that nigga popped my necklace.
Mm-hmm.
So how did it get from a little situation that never really happened to you got beat up and thrown down the steps and and stuff and all of this. And I'm saying to myself, when did this happen? I just seen the knot.
Right. So about the truth is Gene Deal was mad because I questioned him.
Mm.
You can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Truth is Gene Deal was mad about the questions and shit like that. His intent was, and I was not conscious of it, because first of all, how do you have to premeditate and think about somebody in a federal court building? Like nigga, let's get he had sat in his car, and I didn't notice at the time, and said that, oh, it's somebody did not, yada yada, do not. I'm gonna address him and I'm gonna catch him in the elevator. And at the time, I didn't know that he already knew that the elevators was blind spots in the federal court building, right? So I was in the spillover room. I guess he was in the spillover room too, or whatever. I just asked you the question. You ain't did shit about it. I was just like, ooh, posted it. It's going viral. And he just sitting back there mad because he know this moment, and now he gotta put on his tough guy image. So he tried to go in the same elevator as me. I did not know it. It's just that the elevator was full, and so I had to take the next elevator. He was out of sight, out of mind, whatever. And so when I get down there, Gene Deal is asking me what I got. I said, man, I just asked you a question. You gonna answer it? We gonna do what we want to do around here. And then he tried to like he tried to jack me. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? And I pushed his hand in the bracelet. Okay, I had on 2 bracelets. One arm, he popped it. And that's what I mean. Like, he popped my bracelet. So outside by the elevator, it was the MTA lady. The MTA lady. It was like
the lady that all of us got in it with.
She was gassing him up. Oh, you not gonna talk to Mr. Gene Deal? Like, lady, get the fuck out my face. You being too loud. We in the federal court building. This is my first week. It's already bad enough. The internet think that I'm here to cause trouble when I'm in the courtroom, taking notes, reporting the news. This is a distraction. And when you distract me, bitch, I'm going off. So I'm fighting the distraction. And this crazy MTA lady, here she come. And so by the time she leave from the elevators, and the security people started running over. I'm like, oh, hell no. Like, I just got here and I have plans to stay here and cover the whole trial. This is my first week. I got to figure out how to separate. So I was on some, oh no, there's no problem or nothing like that. Everything is cool. Because mind you, then she came out of the court and Gene Deal, and she just started yelling. Gene Deal minding his business, going his way, and I'm minding my business, going my way. She's out there, arms. What you did, Mr. Gene Deal? And all these cameras and shit is out. And I'm not knowing how this is working. I'm not knowing that this is gonna be a super viral moment. So I'm like, yo, why y'all got this lady at the court? The worst thing for me, especially that being my first week, is to look like I was the problem, or that, and so I was nervous about that. And as the case got on, and I was just like, fuck all of this shit. But it was like an initiation period of having to articulate who I am, my point of view, my style of content. And mind you, nobody was going viral. Nobody was asking the family. The outside, the courtroom, it was crazy. But as far as the blogs go and what the blogs picked up, I brought a lot of that to the courtroom. They was looking for those moments. Otherwise, it was just the family coming out and the nigga getting arrested. So that right there went viral and went crazy, and people just, and then people was playing it, laughing at her, and then the white man, Sam, who was nowhere around, who did not know anything, just went on TikTok and lied, a master manipulator, saying that my friend did not to align and associate himself with me in the drama. I'm not your friend, and I'm black and you're white. That's the first lie that you told. You told and made people on TikTok believe that I was your friend, and that I, in fact, got knocked out by Gene Deal when you have no personal knowledge, no nothing. And I was just like, this man is lying. Like, this is the same man who lied and said Jay-Z and Diddy sent private investigators to his house and paid for a TikTok promo package. And that's been his claim to fame. And he's had to ride that. So And when that happened, I'm like a crazy MTA lady, a white lady. I was just like, did not focus. You took the notes. You got the notes. And then there's this lurking aspect of all of this drama and toxicity behind this situation that you have to address. So at first I was like, should I go along with this narrative that he knocked me out? Is that gonna the people from Clubhouse was telling me to not go to the hospital, go get a neck brace. And I'm like, why would I do any of that? Like, why would I'm not here for all of that. This is my first or second day here. And the first thing happens is somebody say I got knocked out. What are you talking about? It just was too much, honestly, but it was a straight up lie. And then that's the same day and around the same time where that viral clip of me saying, Miss Combs, I drink your bath water went haywire. And a lot of people in the comment section on the shade room, black women, oh, he need to be locked up like Diddy. He's a predator. What are you talking about? Like, all you bitches, I'm snatching your black cards because that's from The Color Purple. Like, what are you talking about? It sure beats throwing baby oil over my body. So I was strategic about my viral moments. I was strategic about asking Kid Cudi certain things in the trial transcripts, referencing Color Purple with Ms. Combs as age appropriate, asking Kanye West, do you think that this is an Illuminati attack on Diddy? A question that only Kanye West would actually stop and answer. So I was very, very strategic about my viral moments. And it just so happens people just wanted to demonize me. And I was just like, you know what? Y'all believe the colonizer. You don't know Color Purple. Black people are doomed. And I just turned it and flipped it on everybody and made everybody feel bad for even buying into it, so.
All right. So next question.
Yes.
Woo. And because you dropping them bombs left and right today. Okay.
I like your interview style. It's like I feel relaxed and I feel like I can actually tell my story.
Oh, man, you here. You on a Dana J show. Man, this is your show. So the day that, because let's go here, because we found out on this day that me and you know somebody that's like brothers to both of us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you came to my hotel room.
Right.
A certain person, Scam Likely, and her crew demonized and the fact that you was in my hotel room.
So let me first off tell you why first of all, it was my idea to come over because I was just like, we're covering the trial. And I don't know if you noticed, but like I had Wi-Fi issues. So that's why I was like, let me go outside and cover the trial outside because I can be the first one before the big bloggers like Armand and Tisa Tell and make it make sense. They was going live later in the evening. And I was just like, I can beat them, but I can actually get in on this by not competing with them, but changing my time slot and going before them and being the most articulate. That was my competitive edge over them because I was just like, let me just go outside and read the notes. Let me just go ahead and give them the tea so I don't have to worry about it later. And then later on when I go live, if they're going live, I can just be myself and free. And that was my strategy that I developed in real time.
Okay.
So, what was your question again?
What I was saying was, what do you have to say about the people that demonized the fact that we was in the same hotel room together and
yes,
and I went on lives along with King Jobs?
So the reason I talked about my live stream schedule and my strategy is I had to not only strategize around the big platforms that was going live to talk about Diddy, but also I had Wi-Fi issues in the Airbnb that I had. And so you didn't even know this, but I'm telling you now, I just was like, I need to go live. Dana J is here. It's a little bit earlier. If I'm gonna see if it's gonna be okay for me to live stream from where he's at because maybe he got better internet service. That was my whole reason why I was zealous about it. It was my idea. It was my idea. I was like, okay, yeah, we'll chill and we can do this. And then the other dude from G's to Gent, and I had to do more research and I had to figure out how, other people that I know in Hollywood were connected to it. And I had to make an executive decision not to interview him, but it was my idea. And the benefit was that I got to chill with you. It was right there by the courthouse. And I was like, I can do my live stream while I figure out this Wi-Fi situation.
Yeah, because the guy from what's his name, Antonio or Anthony? Something like that?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. supposed to have came over, and it was supposed to have been a dual interview with him.
It was. He was supposed to come over, but I think he didn't have his hair braided or something like that. It was supposed to be a dual interview. Yep.
All right, so let's go to the verdict.
Okay. First of all, I was not there for the verdict.
Hank Rock, bro. Go ahead.
I was not there for the verdict.
Right. I know you wasn't there for the verdict.
Okay.
But what I'm saying was because you left the week before. No, you left that Monday. You left
I left that Sunday. Like Friday was my last day outside by the court. And then I left No, I actually left Monday and got on the train.
Okay.
I was at Penn Station and waiting for the train to leave at 2 p.m. at Penn Station.
All right. So the day of the verdict, when the verdict was read, what was going through your mind?
What was going through my mind is it felt like a witch hunt. It felt like a ritual. It felt like, honestly, like these advocate groups like Me Too, they cannot be mad because Me Too was not around across the street when Harvey Weinstein was in trial from April until mid-June. They was not there. They was not there outside of the court advocating for Cassie and Diddy and so forth. And I think the people that advocate for victims, they didn't really have a strong presence outside the court. They didn't put themselves to be highlighted in the mainstream media, the news articles and stuff, because mind you, this case was built off of the principality of public opinion.
Right.
And so they never wanted to assert their public opinion. We had people in the people that was there. Shout out to Mama Queen's Flip. She advocated. Shout out to a lot of advocates. They were there, but they didn't have no organized group effort, no t-shirts, nothing to, I feel like the people that advocated for survivors, they should have been out there just as strong as the Free Diddy t-shirt people who was out there every day constantly. It just took a t-shirt to be mentioned by the New York Times to spread awareness to other people and other victims that it's okay to come out here. It just, the outside of the court, when it came to the avocation part of it, Diddy totally dominated it. So these advocate groups, even though they, even though it's 12 people to convince the juror, but the people that advocate, they could have been out there in front of the mainstream media, in the news, making the blogs, because obviously the people in the jury were watching the news. You would see them come out in a bus if they seen that there was a group effort to protect and advocate for the women out there. It would have been different. And Tisa tells, like, bitch, you're there to make money. You don't care about no victims. Like, so there was no real organized effort to advocate for the victims. It literally felt like a Boondocks episode the whole time. Like, it came true.
I said that. So how do you feel about them convicting him on 2 counts, but not the counts that associated with the counts that matter?
I think that jury was actually calculated in what they found him guilty on based on the time sentence, the public persona about all of it and so forth. He got convicted on 2 counts of Mann Act, which is, a form of voluntary trafficking. And remember, they had a verdict, partial verdict. They just couldn't decide on the racketeering, which let everybody know that there were some charges or 2 counts, or at least 2 counts for him to be found guilty. Now, I said on the Shade Room that Thursday before I left, Friday, on Thursday, I said it on Shade Room. They published it the following week. And if you ask the Shade Room, I said Diddy is going to be found not guilty on everything besides the 2 counts of the Mann Act. And even though those 2 counts are predicate acts for RICO, they cannot prove that his behavior affected commerce the way that they want to. They don't have enough evidence or proof. So therefore, it looks like he was doing something on his personal time. COMBS Enterprises is his enterprise. It's not like he's on the board and taking the accounting from Bad Boys, a company that multiple people own, and spending Bad Boy record money on things and writing it off and for his personal use. Combs Enterprise don't even need to exist. That's just to stroke his ego, because outside of Combs Enterprise, he really don't have any true ownership of anything. He's not Byron Allen.
Okay, so with that being said, I got to intertwine this.
Mm-hmm.
With them finding Diddy not guilty,
mm-hmm.
in the words of my brother Shank Rock, who also covered the Shanquilla Robinson case,
mm-hmm.
he calls him baby old man. So with them not finding baby old man guilty, do you think that they should go revisit R. Kelly? Because the R. Kelly case was a one-man RICO, and everything that you said about Diddy is what they found R. Kelly guilty on.
Well, hold on, give me 1 second. I need to, because I'm 1 second. Anyways, okay. The biggest difference, and I already answered that too. Okay, yeah. Oh, sorry. The biggest difference between R. Kelly and Diddy is that Diddy himself was actually in a relationship with the alleged victims.
And so was Robert.
So, which it was multiple people. And I think the whole thing with Aaliyah also played a role in there.
Okay. So even though with the Aaliyah situation, they proved that that was false, and they proved that in court, but they proved that that was false. Why would you still hold that over somebody's head? And then on top of that, Geddes has said that, well, we got to believe what Aaliyah said. Well, if that's the case, the last thing Aaliyah said was they wasn't in a relationship and they were just friends. So why can't you just believe what Aaliyah said?
Right. And I also remember, well, when we think about Aaliyah in context of R. Kelly and, you know, the biopic and AJ Number the Number and how he gives it up, we also have to consider what Mary J. Blige said. She said Aaliyah found herself in weird crowds, and that she partied a lot, like a freak off type of party. And R. Kelly allegedly groomed her to do those things. So Aaliyah could have been very much treated the same way as Cassie, and we don't know about it. So I do believe R. Kelly had a relationship with Aaliyah when she was underage. I don't know the full facts about R. Kelly. I think if you're gonna tell me that's the same thing, like how old was these women that R. Kelly was with? Was there any actual physical binding and tying? Like I want to know more if we're gonna like compare the two. I don't know that story. I wasn't here on YouTube.
Right. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I can sit here and tell you the whole background story of it. Robert and Aaliyah, but they didn't have a sexual relationship. Aaliyah, Robert, R. Kelly, and Aaliyah, but they didn't.
I beg to differ.
Listen, and that's cool, But the thing is, Robert loved Aaliyah because Leah was teaching Robert how to read and write. That's what that situation was about.
He was teaching her how to read and write.
She was teaching him.
She was teaching him how to read and write. So if Aaliyah was teaching him how to read and write way back in the numbers when they said AJ Number the Number, why in 2020 he go to trial? His excuse is that he signed some papers and he still don't know how to read or write.
But the thing is that about the whole paper thing is in court, but they brought that up. And just like Geddes said, which is the prosecutor, and she said, he just could have been signing things that people was telling him to sign. And because he put his trust in everybody instead of learning how to do things himself. And then
that's not a legitimate excuse. But can you tell me more details about his relationship with the women and how many women was it that came for?
Pretty much it was, but the government, let's go here. But the government had 50 witnesses, but all of them wasn't in a relationship with Robert. Everybody got immunity, and on top of that, it was let me see, Faith, Geronda.
So you say it was 50 witnesses. He wasn't in a relationship with all of them. Right. Now these witnesses, how many of them were actually considered victims, or was the government just a victim in the case?
It was like 3 or 4.
Okay, out of those 3, 4 that were actual victims, how many of them was not in relationship with him?
None of them.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. And so the witnesses outside the 4 that was in a relationship with him that actually was the victim.
Mm.
So if it was 54, that means that 46 people were there as Malino witnesses. And what Malino witnesses can do, and this is why Harvey Weinstein was on appeal, is bolster the story and the likeliness of prior bad acts that are not something that happened to the actual victims in the case.
Okay.
So in Harvey Weinstein case, the Malino witnesses or the character witnesses was saying that Harvey Weinstein did things to them that he was not accused of with the victims in said case. And so he was granted a reappeal to see if those victims came back in and told their story, if that was enough to convict him. So with the ladies coming and saying that R. Kelly was in a relationship with them and did things strikingly similar to the women that were not in a relationship with them, then they just bolstered that this of his character trait. That's the biggest difference. The victims were in intimate relationships with Diddy. The victims in R. Kelly case were not in any intimate, financially, no type of relationship, no type of bonding or anything.
Not true. Not true, because the 40, let's say the 46 people that were brought, they were either workers of Rob or they was runners. Out of everybody said that they didn't want to see Rob go to jail, but they said that he was a good person, this and this, except for one man that got fired, and he said Robert didn't pay me, and then it came out that he tried to basically unintentionally unalive Robert Kelly and the rest of the group because he got drunk and tried to drive cross country.
Well, that can be, I mean, that could be maybe grounds for appeal. I don't, like I said, I don't know. I didn't follow it. But even with that, even absent that, the fact still remain that the actual victims, like if you got 50 witnesses, rather for the government and the defense, all of them plus the actual victims say that they don't want to see you going down, that's going to tell the jury to feel more bad for the victims. If these victims don't want, like that was bad against Diddy for all of these people, like especially for Jane Doe to say Diddy did this to me and I don't want to see him go to prison, or Cassie, that's bad. So I always thought that Maroon Comey told them to say that because it establishes that that individual who is the actual victim don't have any maliciousness.
So it makes sense that all of them was groomed from the federal government to say the same thing just to demonize Robert.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And then part of that demonization is tell the truth about how bad he is and then say that you don't want him to go to jail. It's manipulation.
But and then here's the crazy part. And you had one lady that say she had herpes after he gets convicted in Chicago and in New York. Now she come out and say she never had herpes. And then her mother came out and said she never had herpes. 4 of the victims wrote letters to R. Kelly's lawyer saying, and the government made us do this. We did not want to do this willfully. And then on top of that, if you look at it, Robert's case mirrors Diddy's case mirrors Robert's case. And because Geronda, she came in 9 months pregnant. Cassie come in 9 months pregnant. Then you got Faith that talk about, oh yeah, Robert did this and this. Then you got Mia that come in and say, oh, well, Diddy did this and this. Then you got a man that come in and say, oh, Diddy did this. Well, you had 2 men that come in and say, oh no, well, Robert, he did this and this and that. It's like Comey transcript.
Right. And like I think, like again, this case would not have been filed, pursued, or anything had Diddy not settled that lawsuit. I know, like in theory, we're supposed to look at it like if somebody settles a lawsuit, even if it's in 24 hours, that doesn't mean that these factual allegations they actually did. You understand what I'm saying? And Cassie actually played it smart with the lawsuit because Diddy, as we seen from the Garcia guy that took the bribe for the hotel footage, Diddy has these NDAs that says that whatever happened here, you need to let us know about what you claim to publicize or say, before you even go to the police. So Cassie actually manipulated the situation and presented it to Diddy as if it was a book, knowing that everything is true, knowing that I didn't break the NDA because I told you I was going to write this book, and now I'm going to put it in a lawsuit. And I think it was very manipulative and strategic for her to do that. So with such a high profile case, especially laws that are that have both civil and criminal penalties, with the way that that lawsuit read, and how fast he settled it, I can see how lonely, miserable white women with cats in their apartment can then go on a witch hunt and bring about a criminal case and end up losing their job for it.
Yeah, Prima said they use alleged settlements as a history of bad acts with Kels. Yeah.
So they use alleged settlements as a history of prior bad acts with R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Alleged what?
Alleged settlements as a history of bad acts.
Right. Yeah. They do that, which is crazy because that's the opposition of it. Typically, you settle because you don't want that shit out of sight, out of mind. Why are we forgetting that the CFO of Holocaust, not Holocaust, but Hollister has the same allegations? Not only did he get out of jail, but the mainstream media ain't saying nothing about it though.
Yes. So the crazy part about it is what I'm seeing is Comey wrote the playbook on R. Kelly. And then she turned around and had the nerve to say, we're going to use the R. Kelly playbook on Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
So not only did...
That's racist.
Right. Not only did Comey set the playbook on an R. Kelly, she used people from New York to infiltrate the R. Kelly camp to make it so R. Kelly couldn't have a viable defense. And she used people that she's cool with, like Nicole Blank Becker. And I found that out when I got to New York. I said, wait a minute, Comey and Nicole best friends? Like, whoa, that's crazy. But on the sake of the internet, I'm going to say allegedly.
Yeah, I'll definitely say allegedly, but for her to lose her job after this case, and you know, I'm gonna definitely be covering that, doing more research.
Right.
It's very fishy.
Right. And then we can come back and compare notes and talk more about it.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, and I know that you've been in the R. Kelly sector and
That's
so
my
forth.
sector.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know much about it, but I will say, given the factual allegations and to compare it to Diddy, like it really has to be fact specific, like
Right.
so specific. Like people have went to prison for look what they're trying to do to Letitia James. Not only is she filling out paperwork incorrectly, you can go to prison for that, but then you have to prove that it wasn't just a harmless error. Like she put her husband on papers that she lied on. So that proves that it wasn't a harmful error.
Right.
It was done correctly. Sir Major Page, who had Black Lives Matter Greater Atlanta, filled out the wrong paperwork, and they was able to go in and look at how he filled out the paperwork, do extensive research, and figure out how he embezzled the money. And now he's in prison for that. So everything is very fact specific.
Right.
And so the specific fact that Maroon Comey wanted to sweep against black men is that if I can come and I can shape this black man like a predator and a criminal, then he can go to jail and prison for the rest of his life. And I can get away with it because I'm a white woman. My father's just as crooked as me.
Mhm.
And look what happened to her. But the biggest difference in the trier of fact mind, in the concrete facts of the case is that none of the victims in R. Kelly's trial alleged or alluded that there was an ongoing intimate relationship where they had the opportunity to get away and keep coming back forth and receiving things as if it was a actual relationship. R. Kelly also did not have the operative defense that this is a this is a relationship that's toxic and two people just in love with each other. This is why Diddy didn't get convicted for Cassie and Jane Doe.
Right.
He got convicted for Cassie and Jane Doe, but in the sense that they volunteered to be with those escorts, not in the sense that they volunteered to be to be in the situation. No. Trafficking out of the question, not guilty. Y'all know what y'all was doing. Y'all know who Diddy is. You reap the benefits of it. But then when you bring it, escorts involved, the medical records are involved, and Diddy's adamant about it, then yeah, those the real victims of the case are the escorts.
Right.
And that's why he was convicted for the Mann Act. Because those are the real victim.
Okay.
Cassie and Jane Doe, they was a part of it, whether they wanted to or not. You probably listen, I don't want to go base, but I know I got a base. You know, husband and wife, they don't want some of them sometimes they don't want to have ex. And if you don't, he gonna go out and get it from somebody else. So did he coerce you to have it, or because you want that relationship to stay intact, you actually did what you were supposed to do in a relationship that you agreed to?
Okay.
I think Diddy is, from Bert and Ernie, I think Diddy probably be a little cross-dresser. When Jane Doe said that she go to the corn shops and buy matching outfits and stuff like that, I think Diddy, all the baby oil, because baby oil is not a lubricant. Baby oil is just like it's a skin lubricant to make it look shiny, but it's
a glistener.
Yeah, it's a glistening,
Right.
and but it's not something that you can deal with and really just like get off on. Even in prison, they got baby oil, but they use the Vaseline. You understand what I'm saying? So for him and the baby oil with these two intimate, he used the baby oil because he knew that the baby oil would not create a certain sensation. While he had his personal bottle of Astroglide ready to come in and pretty much, pull a Houdini to where how like in a Houdini, you're and your homie flipping the edge, and she don't know what's going on, and then you come through and she still don't know what's going on. Niggas. So Diddy was the main course why Cassie and Jane Doe they was the appetite. So for these escorts to say that they wasn't provided substances and they didn't do substances, while he got all of these runners and plugs coming to the hotel rooms, all of them, no. So Diddy was really about just using these beautiful women to lure the men that he wanted, the size he wanted, and let them play with that baby oil, and they be hiding the Cooter Bryant off of Tusi and everything, and he's right there, and now I can make it feel good, and he's jealous of a real woman snatch, and now he got the baby oil. It's a different type of oil, and now that's the best feeling that they'd had in their life because the baby oil was just teasing them. You can't, and now they got the Astroglide. He did it from the back. So I think that that's what was going on. But again, they had an NDA, and I do feel like one of the sealed stipulations between the government and Diddy is that we don't disclose that he was actually participating in these freakouts. We don't disclose any of that. We don't show that because this right here is a violation of his human rights. You can't out somebody, not even in the court of law.
Right.
You have to find a way to get that information in. And he had an NDA with everybody involved, including the owners of Cowboys and Angels, not to disclose the fact that he himself likes his pussy smashed.
Right. So Lady D said, "Hey, chat, I know he didn't follow R. Kelly's case, but if he did, he'll know there weren't victims in his cases. Government filed against him, not the so-called victims."
Mm-hmm. Well, he got hit up for RICO. Unlike Diddy, R. Kelly didn't have an enterprise that he owned built around his personal behavior.
But they said he did, and they hit him with the RICO because of that, and they found him guilty because of that.
What business did they just sue him under RICO as an individual or a business?
But they tried to do it as a business.
Did the business get dismissed out of the case?
No, but then they intertwined him, and because he had ineffective counsel.
So what was the business they went after?
R. Kelly, a singer.
Okay, so they put R. Kelly LLC or something. Let me see.
No,
just R. Kelly the singer.
Yep.
And was he using his company credit cards with all of this other stuff, or was he using his dividends going into a bank account and using a personal credit card?
No, so he never used a credit card. His managers used a credit card. He didn't go to the bank to the first time until 2018.
Yeah, that's crazy. But still,
but that's why I said I'm gonna wait for you to brush yourself with the case, and then man, you gonna go live and talk about that.
You can send me as many links as possible.
I got you.
As many links as possible, because at the end of the day, what was his operative defense, if I might add? Because that's where you really need to start it. What was his operative defense?
Wasn't none.
He didn't have a defense because he didn't have a defense.
Wasn't none. His lawyers was trying to be Martin Luther King
and preach that pro-black shit.
Yeah. And Comey crew ate it up.
His defense, I'm looking at it, discrediting accusers, which is never gonna work. Even Diddy's team got publicly shamed and asked questions for discrediting the accusers, arguing for consensual encounters. They were, again, it had to be a substantial relationships that any with women and minors involved were consensual, and that Kelly believed them to be of legal age at the time. Wow. Challenging
no minors. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't no minors. That's the crazy part. R. Kelly got charged for a so-called victim, but he wasn't even in the country.
And was that victim a victim in the
New York case?
In a New York case. It was a victim in a New York case, right?
Yeah, it was Geronda. That's the one that's the one that forged all the government IDs.
Wow. See, I don't know much about that. I'm so sorry.
Right. But that's why I said I gotta send you everything, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, you do, because I really don't want to speak on nothing I don't know about. And it's just like a lot of people are comparing R. Kelly and Diddy, and like I said, I wasn't here for that. And I can hear what you're saying, but the law is very specific, and it's always very specific reasonings for why. Like, I'm thinking like if this victim, if he wasn't in the country, why motion to disqualify the victim wasn't addressed, and the judge can actually make a ruling on it and so forth.
And because he had ineffective counsel.
How many lawyers did he have?
Lord have mercy. What time?
How long did he have the lawyer that went to trial with him before he actually started trial? Don't tell me it was a Tory Lane situation.
It's worse than Tory Lane's situation. First he had Greenberg and them, and then all the lawyers was fighting each other. And then from there, Greenberg and them and recused themselves, and Nicole Blank Becker, and she wanted to be the lead. Her opening statement was to the jury, y'all gotta find y'all gotta find my client guilty. I meant not guilty. And yeah. Then from there, one of his other lawyers was stuttering real bad to the point where, and the judge was like, "Sir, can you get it out? Are you okay?" And it's like he just stuttered for like 20 minutes straight. And then you had Canick, the one who never, as a defense lawyer, he never won a case. As a prosecutor, he prosecuted people. But he lost a major case in New York as a prosecutor. That's why he went to be a defense. So it's listen.
I think like I think that's very strategic. Who benefited the most off of him being gone? That's what I want to know. And this is why people are saying he's dropping dimes on Jay-Z behind the scenes to try to get out. I don't know. But
I said that. I told the Dream Team who benefits. Watch this. It have to be the power of attorney and Jay-Z. And the reason why I say Jay-Z is because there wouldn't have been a surviving R. Kelly without Dream Hampton. Dream Hampton is what? Jay-Z's ex. On top of that, it came after Jay-Z got sued by R. Kelly and for $75 million and won. Make it make sense.
That's very interesting. 75 million. What? So Jay-Z, R. Kelly sued Jay-Z for $75 million for what exactly?
For the tour, for the Best of Both Worlds tour.
Best of Both Worlds, $75 million. And this was in 2021. And just recently, the pandemic happened in 2020, 2021, right?
Right. And this lawsuit happened in 2016.
And when did Jay-Z have to pay that money out?
He paid half of it at 2018, and he had to pay the other half of it at the end of 2019, and Rob got locked up July the 11th, 2019.
So and Desiree Perez is ex-FBI CIA, and her daughter came out with a video saying that Roc Nation was sinking and going down. So with Jay-Z having to pay R. Kelly $75 million, I do see some form of let me get this nigga up out of here. So that would mean that people have to revisit the statements of Jay-Z being a police, Rock Nation, being an informant, getting pardoned in Tory Lanez.
Right.
So and especially look at Nicki Minaj. She going at everybody in bed with Jay-Z. And I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but I would hate to feel I would hate, like, the thing about it is it's just like what the reason why I don't want to feel like Jay-Z set up R. Kelly or Tory Lanez is because it's bad enough. You got all these riches, all this money, all these kids, all this, and you still got a crab in a bucket mentality. Like, that's a shame. Like, grow the fuck up.
Look at Kathy White. And everybody telling me, oh, Dana, oh, you hate Beyonce. No, go listen to the Cowboy Carter album and listen to Lemonade.
And that was about Kathy White.
Yes. Listen to what Beyonce's saying. And then, if you think I'm lying, look at what she's saying about the dude that's allegedly Jay-Z's son now. Oh, we got to get him out of here. We got to do that. It's the same mentality.
And 50 Cent said that Beyonce is a real gangster, too.
Yeah, she got that mentality. If she don't like you, she's going to find a way to get you out of here. That's why I don't feel bad about her getting robbed in Atlanta. But once again, I also say that's a host. And because you ain't robbing no Beyonce in Atlanta, you ain't doing it.
Right. That's what I'm like, what?
Right. And the reason being is if anybody know about the State Farm Arena, the cars and the vehicles of the performers and the families of the performances, they are underground.
Right. Exactly.
So there's no way you can get to it. On top of that, and you got to get through 3 stations just to get to a visitor car. Make this make sense, man.
And if somebody did it, it was an inside job. Somebody that worked at the stadium. I worked at SoFi Stadium parking cars with celebrities and stuff like that. So even me as somebody who was VIP valet, I had access to the vehicles and stuff. So that could have very well actually happened. But I don't know. Maybe Beyonce's trying to claim and put insurance on that material. I don't know.
That part.
You got to be dumb to be your only copy and your music. I don't think it was the only copy or whatever. It's just a bunch of intellectual property that has not been published from choreography, from music and stuff. And it's Beyonce. That's like a.
But I'm gonna say this real quick.
$multi-million enterprise that somebody just stole.
Right. I'm gonna say this real quick. Mia Santos. I've been seeing some of the stuff you've been saying. Right. The event and was at Mercedes-Benz, but they parked over at State Farm because State Farm have 3 parking levels and for entertainers. WWE had the 2nd and the 3rd row, and Beyonce had the 1st and the ground level. So before you try to correct me, just understand that I know exactly what I'm talking about.
Period.
So with that being said, and you know I had to save. No, before I get to that, because baby, you're gonna be there for a while. We got a segment called Let's Ask Questions. If y'all have questions, do me a favor. Y'all want questions from the Knot? Put them in the chat.
Yeah, put them in the chat. Put them in the chat.
Y'all got questions for the Knot? Put them in the chat. And y'all know how we do over here. And we do it just like this.
Boom, 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 boom.
All right. So let's see. Carmel said that was a distraction from Jay-Z and his son paternity test situation. Nah, I don't think that's a distraction. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that's a distraction. So while they getting their comments together, we gotta go here, brother.
Let's do it.
You and Gerald, the North Carolina beat. Lord have mercy. I wish Gerald can come up here. Hey, Mia, I don't play the disrespect to my guests. So, and you asked that question 3 times and I let it slide. Don't do that no more. Or the next time you're gonna find yourself sitting on the lawn.
And I would tell you, Mia, I think that's a more appropriate question for the baby oil bandits. And fortunate for me, I was not at the court that day.
So, because people want to know, what's the T? What's the Diddy? What's the Diddy T with the silverback?
Okay, so
what happened at the table when y'all went to go eat? I want to know.
Okay, so Sylvia,
Gerald, if you out there, hit the link, Gerald.
So Miss Sylvia, she has a way about forming relationships with people and manipulating them in ways that are just extremely toxic.
Okay.
So, when I see Miss Sylvia at the court, I had in the back of my head what you said, but I didn't hold anything against her. I'm always giving people a chance. I'm not gonna listen to what nobody say about you, especially if I'm in a situation where people are saying shit about me to you or anybody. I would not want people to judge me and to get to know me. So that's a part of the reason why I kind of am open to getting to know people regardless, right? And so, Miss Sylvia, she seen me and you were cool. She seen me and you on live. I didn't know that they was and who was connected to talking about there was like this gay shit or whatever. And for some reason, she was just adamant about like being around me, and I'm just like, okay, who are you? What do you want? Yada, 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 yada. That was my approach to the whole situation. But she eventually like got me to let my guard down. And, and I think she had seen me and you talking. And so one day she made a point and talking about she's being harassed on YouTube. And when she said that, I didn't mention you. I didn't say nothing. I was like, oh, okay. Well, it happens to us, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, well, I know something that I actually, I was like, do people, tag you or whatever? She said, yeah. I was like, well, I have a solution. And she was like, oh, what is it? She was excited and she was ready to write it down. I was like, well, you got to do me a favor too, because what I'm going to give to you is invaluable. And I was like, you have to like keep me in the loop and tell me what's going on and all this other shit around the court. Right. So Miss Sylvia walking around smiling at me and shit like that. A couple days go by. I don't tell her instantly. It took a couple days because I was just like, I'm not going to give you this. You got to give me something. And then between me giving her the information, me and Armand had a conversation because I wasn't trying to be cool with him. I don't give a fuck. Like when I met you, I was just there saying, hey, I'm the Knot. Ain't nobody gonna make me feel uncomfortable about being here. And one of those people who I didn't verbalize was Armand because he made the internet believe that I came to the court to stalk him and I'm a stalker. And so I made it a duty to kind of like avoid him. And it's just the energy got weird. One day, Miss Sylvia talking to me and we're cool. And then the next day, she's shading me. And I know, I'm like, you know what? This is this nigga going around the court doing all this shit. So I talked to him and smiling, everything is cool and yada, yada, yada. And then the next day, everything is cool. We go to lunch. Miss Sylvia's in front of me. Miss Sylvia tell me, Armand is going around the court telling people to stay away from me. I was like, what do you mean? We just talked yesterday. She told me that. She said she first the conversation was like, okay, I need the information because I'm being harassed, but I'm gonna tell you something that you should know about. So it came across as gossipy, but honestly, at the time I thought she was just looking out for me because I'm not gonna be playing played to be stupid or some shit
Right.
like that. So when she said that to me, I automatically shut down, bitch. Okay, I'm walking past you like you a ghost because you don't want to fight. You gonna call the police and sue people and come back to the internet and acting like you would have fought. It's not like you're not. So the whole time she done told me this, and I'm not saying anything because I gave her my word that I wouldn't. And so I gave her that information. She gave me transcripts. And then I would see her. She was cool with me. And then when Gerald came, because before Gerald came, nobody was, she was here and there, but I was the person she was like attached to. Then when Gerald came, she started trying to act shady and attach herself to him and stuff. And so in between, then she would tell me certain things, but you only got to tell me one thing and one person, and that's it. And I don't need to hear anymore because if they did it today, they're gonna do it the next day, they're gonna do it the next time. So looking back, I looked at it like she was looking out for me.
Mhm.
And so she was on a backup channel behind a paywall talking about I should have paid for her food. And it's like you literally you didn't go get on the train with me to do anything. And I how did we even get to the I don't think I think she was down below something that we was just like, oh, let's just come and go and eat. And I guess she expected me to pay for her food. And quite naturally, I would have done so. But because by the time we got to Sylvia's, no pun intended, in Harlem, me and her walked in. Nika at Night was there with some slow girl. And then by the time we ordered food and was supposed to get it, Armand came in from getting a haircut and getting spray paint on his hair because his edge is back here. And so when he came in, I'm like, like totally uncomfortable. It's like I have to adjust myself to calculate and make this person feel as if you're the star or better than, or I just need to, I can't fake that much. So when he came in, I'm being nice. All I can think about is if I don't be nice to this person, then my relationship with Nika Knight is going to be affected. I'm going to go back through this dark, nasty energy with everybody at the court and all of this other stuff. And mind you, he just did a video saying that's how he moved. If I don't like you, or if you can't give me what I want, or I can't put you in the likeness that I want you to be in, I'm going to make sure everybody around you hate you and make you feel isolated and ostracized. And that's how it was. So Tisa Tales and what she did in the Gene Deal situation, it was a reflection of what was happening with this negative toxic energy going around. He was the main one. So when I was in a hotel with you and we seen him on TMZ, I didn't tell you, but that nigga copied every fucking thing that I said and repeated it on TMZ. And I was like, if I mention this and say that this guy's got a dark negative energy around the courthouse, this guy's repeating all of my intellectual points. You're not mentioning these talking points on your channel. You didn't study the Knot to go on TMZ and talk like you're the Knot and got the nerve to be called the legal analyst. And like all of this stuff is going on. I never mentioned that to you. You was like, oh, look, Armando. I'm like, yeah, he doing his thing. Congratulations to you. Because at first I was really congratulating him because I wasn't in New York City. And I was just like, he's covering, he's doing his thing. Now let me go and let me just do this. Let me cover this.
Right.
Again, I got fucking 4 suits from Men's Warehouse. Did you see me in anything from Men's Warehouse?
No.
Because I wasn't trying to be on the news. So, and Miss Sylvia, so with all of the psychological stuff going on, Miss Sylvia did not understand what she was telling me, and I already just knew what was going on, and she gave me the affirmation from it. So now when she was on her channel talking about it, should have paid for her food, and I'm like, bitch, you told me Armand is this snake and don't like me and talking shit and telling people to hate me after we supposedly pieced it up, and now we over, huh?
She came and told you that?
Yeah, like she seen me and him having a conversation because we had a conversation. It was a cool conversation. The energy, it was just like free and flowing. And then later I made a video saying we had a conversation. Everything is good. And I don't know if she watched it or whatever, but she intentionally came and told me she fucked up all of that. And I was like, I know this motherfucker's been doing this shit. This motherfucker's a snake. And he did it because he just admitted that's how he operate on his channel last night. If I don't like you, I'm going to tell everybody not to like you. So she didn't lie on him. But you on a backup channel weeks after the trial is over saying I should have paid for your food. Armand should have paid for your food. Armand made more money than next to Tisha Tales out of the YouTubers. I left early. He was still there drinking. He didn't even get his food yet, and I left. Why didn't he pay for your food? He had more free money. He made way more money. I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna even get paid from YouTube next week for everything. And you know my channel got shut down.
Right.
Why'd you targeting me saying I should have paid for your fucking food? What are you talking about? You're broke. You're poor. You literally went to New Jersey to crash in somebody's house when they're at work. That's why you got to be out by 5 a.m. That's why you down at the court every day. Ain't taking no notes, drinking orange soda, eating a bag of skins, falling asleep, then going outside mad because you can't get no clicks and views because you ain't got no reporting to do.
So is that why when she was interviewed about what was going on inside the courtroom and she couldn't tell him about it?
She can't tell you anything. She's asleep. She literally, Sylvia was snoring one time. Snoring like that. I'm like, bitch, what is you here for? You go around these, Byron Dennis ain't no better. He was outside the whole time. I ain't take no notes, no nothing. Ask Miss Sylvia. We don't even know what her handwriting looked like.
Wow. Wow.
These are facts. She was asleep the whole time. Sleep.
So the whole point is, so that mean that
with a cheap ass dress on. I don't care what she wore. It just looked like a flower dress.
So that mean that she lied to her base then.
Did they see a notepad full of notes? Tell her to bring up her notepad full of notes from the Diddy trial.
I don't know, but they was paying for her bus fare to go back and forth. They was giving her bus passes every week.
Well, was they giving her money to stay there for a week for bus passes? They was giving her money for bus passes that she didn't have to use because Gerald was taking them. They was giving her money for bus passes for what? Was they giving her money to pay some rent in New Jersey or New York? New Jersey is way cheaper than New York. That's why I told a white man with them public defender shoes on, you can't afford to be over here. You go across over to New Jersey, you can get an Airbnb for the month for $600-$700. In New York, $3,000-$4,000. So she was over there, some African nurse or whoever that worked the night shift from 5 to 5 or 12-hour shift. That's why she had to be out of the house by 5, be over there and taking a bus, leaving at 5, and they get over there by the time, she can hopefully get in the main courtroom, and that never happened.
But that wasn't her sister in New Jersey?
I don't know who it was. All I know is whenever the court adjourned early, like at 2 p.m., she walking around looking at the ground like she looking for some pennies, looking sorry, looking for somebody to pay for her food, looking for things to do so that she can't go back until whoever owned that place was gone. They didn't want to see her. Especially after I heard what she did to her daughter. Don't nobody want to see her. Just beat it. They told him, don't you ever come around here. Don't want to see your face. You better disappear. Literally, they told her to beat it. I mean, you can tell. Listen, if I didn't know, when I first seen her, I thought she was one of the line sitters, a homeless person there to sit a line. The only way and the only reason I acknowledge her as a content creator is because of you. And you told me to stay away from her, and now she got to get picked. Cause she gonna get roasted anytime I feel like it, bitch. Cause I don't play with nobody. I don't know why you would tell me that this man is talking about me like a dog, and now you talking about pay for your food. That means you was talking about me then and had a problem with me then.
So wait a minute.
Dana, can you do me a favor, because these people think? Can you tell these people that my skin reflects whatever the sun and they ain't got no fucking filters on?
Yeah, but who said you got filters on?
That's all. Oh, look at he be bleaching his skin, nigga. My skin look like whatever light is reflected upon it.
But that nigga light. That nigga got olive oil. They got olive oil.
And
Not
you met me
baby
in
oil,
real life.
olive oil, right?
Shit, I
Played
listen.
the whole segment.
I got that kind of skin would make y'all want to drink my bath oil.
See, here you go. It's stupid.
Get it.
So question. Because a lot of us know why she was there.
I didn't know. All I seen was an old messy bitch with a pink pick in her head coming in and out of the courthouse. I thought she was there with the MTA lady until, and then had the nerve to be sitting down, live streaming and asking me what's my opinion. My spirit told me the right thing. Bitch, don't be asking me what it is. You was in the courthouse. Stop trying to use me. I got tired of people using me, especially after Timu Academic got 100,000 views off of me.
I was just about to ask about that, but that's why I played it last. Like, stop using my jokes too.
Who, me?
Yeah, I'm the first one to call them Timu Academics. Stop using my jokes.
You can have it. You can call it's a Timu everything out there, bitch. So but you can have it.
But I thought you was gonna fight him when you asked him. You said, "Show me your phone," and I'm like,
if that nigga ain't showed me his phone, I was gonna break it.
And I'm like, what is this about? Like, and dude was like, I didn't make no money off of you. I didn't make no. I'm like,
100,000 views, bitch. You did Tissa Tails number and say you ain't make no money off of me. Is you crazy? And then let me tell you the big problem, because like I said, I don't be gossiping or anything. Just like the African that had the free Diddy shirt on and the stinking breath. Nigga gonna try to check me by Timu Academic, right? So Timu Academics was, Carl Thomas' baby mama. She, matter of fact, let me call her right now, and she can tell you about Timu.
What is her name?
Latoya.
Okay, hold on.
Wait, you got her number?
Hold on. Come on.
Call her. Now you call her so she can tell you if I'm lying or not. She would tell you that Timu Academic is a bomb, a puss noodle brain head. It was raining and had her and the other. Huh?
Latoya Chantel?
Yeah, that's her. Let me call her. I got her phone number. So since I ain't never tell this story, it's a lot of tea I ain't tell. Don't come fucking with me and you gonna be okay. But when you come fucking with me, okay, got you. Don't tell me Carl Thomas' baby mama can't pay her phone bill. You heard that bitch say, doo. I try to hang it up before y'all call it. Shut up, nigga. Hollering in my fucking ear.
Oh my god! Oh my god! She was
stupid as hell. Shut up. I'm gonna find her though.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh,
yeah, Latoya Chantel.
Lord have mercy! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Let me go to my no, for real. And if she don't,
woo.
Boy, shut the hell up. Shut up.
Wait a minute. Lord have mercy. Oh shit. Lord have mercy.
I can't get her. I'm gonna tell the story anyways. So Timu Academic. So one day he's out there and he'll get you because he look like Academic, and he let that shit go to his head like he want to be this nigga and he supposed to get the respect and come to me. Nigga, we gagging you when we call you Timu Academic. And he's so slow, I don't think he realized that, or he just one of them slow people that got to roll with the punches. So he really think he's DJ Academics. And, Latoya and her boss, who's an advocate and work for the government for victim rights and so forth. I don't want to say her name and stuff because she doesn't want that type of publicity. That's why I'm not saying her name.
Right.
And, we were talking. She literally came to the court just to see me because they seen how hard I was going for advocates. I was the first one out there at the court to advocate. So I never was pro Diddy. I never was pro. I was pro the truth. You understand what I'm saying? And so she came out there to see me. And then now it's time to go. And we're all talking. And Carl Thomas' baby mama, it's her birthday. You know, she trying to sleep with me and stuff. So we like chilling. And then
she was trying to sleep with Chinchilla.
Who, me? I was? Or was she trying to sleep with
Oh, you said she was trying to sleep with you. Wait a minute.
Yeah, she wanted her kid. She wanted her a black Ken doll. Okay. That's what I'm a black Ken doll. Like, I swear to God, like these motherfuckers don't know I can get anything and anybody I want in real life. Okay, but anyways, she wanted to sleep with me and all this other stuff. But we was hanging out and it's her birthday. And I'm like, damn, you out here begging for Carl Thomas. And she's a woman, Miss Sylvia. She was a woman. I'm like, okay, let me show her up and have a good time. She's new here. She don't know what it is, but I'm a man and they're by themselves. Let me help and make sure. So Timu Academics, it's raining. He got an umbrella. This bitch had an umbrella bigger than Rihanna's.
Wow.
It ain't shared with nobody. It's raining. It's me and two black women. Now I had my blue jacket on. You know the jacket they say stink. I had it on. And I took my jacket off and gave it to Latoya. And I took my backpack and gave it to the other lady to cover their hair because black women don't play by their hair getting wet.
Right.
And this nigga got a whole umbrella. Umbrella look like a shed. That's how big that bitch is. Ain't none under the umbrella but him and the thing. And he walking. Ooh, don't get under my umbrella. I ain't got enough room. Or, you know, you kicking up dirt in my shoes. Your shoes is dirty. Your body is dirty. You stink. So we doing donuts. We walking around. I said, we got to go to the 4 or 5 to get back where they need to be. Oh, no, I know New York. You don't know what you're talking about. We got to go to the A and the E. Okay, cool. Let's go to the A and E. So he skip. It's hard down raining. He don't turn the block. So now we got to go to the next A&E stop. And by the time we get there, oh, we should have took the 4 to 5. Bitch, I was madder than a motherfucker. They soaking wet, literally soaking wet the way you can see the nipple piercing on Carl Thomas' baby mama. That's how wet it was. And he was dry because he had an umbrella.
He don't got no small joints now.
Exactly. That's how soaking wet she was. Wow. And he fully dry and had us walking. So I'm irritated at that point. And next thing you know, we get back over to their place over because Latoya's boss has comp rooms and get stuff for dirt cheap with the Marriott and the W and stuff. So we was over there. And I'm like, okay, well, I gotta go live and all of this. He over here just being a nuisance. As soon as we get there, he don't get these women no time to dry off or anything to rest. Oh, we got to go and get the alcohol. I'm ready to drink now.
So was he trying to sleep with somebody?
Hold on. And we don't know what the fuck he wanted. I'm ready to drink now. So I'm like, Latoya, because I'm respecting him because old lady invited him. You a weirdo. You would never come back. Like, what are you talking about? Me and Latoya was like, we need to get rid of him the whole time. Old girl invited him. I don't know what was going on with them. He didn't want her. Oh, I'm ready to drink. And Latoya, then we go downstairs, go to the store. This nigga asked for the most expensive. Oh, y'all ain't got no Ciroc. Asking for Ciroc and got a big ass bottle.
Hold on.
Hello?
Toya.
What's goody?
Look, man, they're not on a live, right?
Yeah. You got me on speaker?
Yeah, I got you on speaker.
Hey, Latoya.
Hold up. Better yet, I'm about to do you one better. I'm about to merge you in. Hold on. See, because you know I got that crazy technology. So let me go.
Oh, you can merge somebody from your phone in over here?
Watch this.
Oh, don't tell me I need to come to Rumble Studios.
Watch this. Watch this.
She gonna tell the story.
Hold on. Toya. Hold
Hello?
on. Toya.
I can't even hear it.
Oh, you talking about audio.
All right, well, so can you hear me now?
It sounds really distorted. I can't hear nothing.
You talking low? Because we can hear you well.
Yeah, we can hear you well.
Yeah.
Oh, now I can hear y'all. Now I can hear y'all. 2 seconds ago, I couldn't hear you.
All right. What?
Okay, we good.
Toy, what happened?
With what?
So Toya, can you please tell them about Timu Academic and how y'all was getting wet in the whole weird interaction with him?
With who?
Timu Academic.
Oh, Timu Academic. Okay, what about him?
What happened when
the
y'all
whole rundown? Do you like him? Is he a good person? Is he a bomb? Do he make money? All of it.
I don't know what he make. I don't know nothing about that man. I just know we had me, you, my boss, and him had dinner one day, and that's all I know about him.
So what happened when we?
About him.
Okay, so what happened when? Am I lying to say that everybody got soaking wet and he was doing donuts when we should have been took the 4 train and he had an umbrella for himself? Am I lying?
That is true.
Am I lying when I say as soon as we got there, he said, I'm ready to drink and demanding us to go to the store and ain't buy nothing but a cup of ice and wanted to drink my shit?
Oh, hell no.
No, that's the truth.
Am I lying when I say
No,
that
bro.
he didn't?
I looked at the not. I'm the one who brought it to your attention. Like, look at this nigga and how he moving.
Oh no.
But it was when. See, the part that threw me off was just when. Okay, if D Not is providing us something to drink,
Right.
mind you, out of the kindness of his own, kindness, not that he had to, you go in there, get a whole bunch of stuff and a lottery ticket and ask me to pay for it. Homie, what kind of drugs are you smoking?
And let me ask you another question. Then we went out to eat on that particular day that he said, who gonna buy my food? Did he not say that just like that?
Oh no.
After he ate all the food?
I don't remember him saying that part. I know.
What, did he pay for it?
No, he didn't. He didn't pay for it. Oh Lord. Because he said he didn't have it to pay for it.
Oh, so who paid for the food?
My boss.
Yep.
A woman, a black woman.
Only for him though. We all pay for ourselves except
swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing wherever?
Let me ask you this question. And this is right here.
Wait. Say that again, Toya.
I said, make sure y'all follow Latoya Chantel, please.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe. Latoya Chantel.
Okay, and let me ask you another question, Latoya. When he said he had to go to work at 12 midnight, and that's when he started, and we asked him where he lived at. He gave us Brooklyn to the Bronx, which is on 2 different sides. He didn't know where he lived at. He didn't know his work address.
Like 3 different addresses.
3 different addresses, right? Uh-huh. Yeah. And then he said he had to go to work at midnight that night.
Yes, he did.
And wait. So he got locked up in the week before the verdict came out, right?
No, I don't know anything. I don't know nothing.
The nigga tried to jump the train, and they locked him up because he had a warrant for jumping the train.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he did that when he was with us.
Yeah, he jumped the train when he was with us. He just walked right through and said, "This my city. I do what I want to do."
Yeah, he did that.
And they got a pot to piss in and wonder why they ain't no justice for Jordan Neely. Subway hopping and shit. No shade. And then he gave 3 addresses. And when he said, I go to work at midnight, and I said, oh, okay, are you gonna make it to the trial? And mind you, everybody out there at 8 a.m. How you go to work at 12 midnight and gonna be at the trial at 8 a.m.? So then after that I said, where you gonna sleep at? How you gonna get some sleep? How you got work at 12 and then gonna be at the Diddy trial at 8? Where you sleep at? And what didn't that nigga act like being outside at the Diddy trial was a blue collar job?
Bruh, the nigga had the same clothes on for like days.
Are you talking about the black pants, that black and white shirt and that dirty black hat?
Shirt. Yes.
That wasn't it burgundy? What if you said it was black and white? The black must have looked like red. A plaid shirt, red with blood and doodle stains and shit on it.
Y'all is hurt. Y'all is hilarious.
Toya.
He ain't lying about that.
Toya, but I ran into your baby daddy on Saturday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you ask him about my child support?
Listen. Why that man act like he ain't know who I was talking about?
Of course he gonna act like that, but when you pull up the public record, no tea, no shade, it show everything, and it shows him as the petitioner. Make that make sense.
Listen. I told him, but I said, yo, all that chalk thickness, nigga, you ain't trying to loop back around and get that. He was like, I don't know what you talking about, Dana. I said, bro, you know, I known you for the longest time. He's like, yo, I don't know who you talking about, yo. I don't got no kids. I don't got no kids in Atlanta. I said, all right, Carl. I'm gonna give you some more activator. I'm gonna give you some activator for that girls.
At this point, everybody knows. I don't even know why he even playing.
Well, I told you, that one man that came, that Carl Thomas manager, what's his name again? You know him?
Who?
The manager, the one that booked him with all the shows. He had Toya looking crazy. Said she got 6 kids and don't know who busted in her. Say she lying and stalking. Say that Carl Thomas about to sue you for harassment.
No extra kid.
Hmm?
Give me a whole extra kid. I didn't know shit about me because I don't have 6 kids.
No, but when I told you that, you can tell that there was somebody was saying some shit. He did Carl Thomas manager. He about 5'11", a little bit shy under 6 feet, dark skin.
Yeah, they're on a smear campaign against me.
No, Carl Thomas manager, light skin.
Because what kind of fucking man?
It was a dark skinned man that said that. Then
child support court.
Nah, Carl Thomas manager is Creed. He's light skinned.
Gets the judgment and then denies the child. What the fuck? And then I made everything up how I made it up when you took me to court, boo boo.
Toya,
why are you taking people to court that you don't have kids with?
Toya. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why you put that PSP on that man?
I put what?
Why you put that PSP on that man?
What the hell is PSP?
For that porn star pussy. Why you put that on that man?
So stupid. You're so crazy.
Why you put that on that man? And that man, see,
y'all go to my TikTok for the full story time because I got all the messages between me and him.
See, now I know why I called. See, now I know why I called was emotional. I know why he was emotional now. Mm-hmm.
That nigga be playing the fuck out himself. I have every message up there for you. I'm like, what? You in town? He like, why you ain't come to my concert? Remember that, Carl? Begging me to come see you. Yeah, stop playing with me.
Oh my God, let me take the shirt off.
That's how the baby was made. Y'all go check out my story time. I put every fucking receipt up there.
And that's so crazy. I hate these niggas that get out here.
Niggas can't lie.
Listen, Toya, this is what I'm gonna say to you. And I'm gonna say this to every man. Do not fuck these bitches and then talk about and play underneath their clothes after you done fucked them. You don't have the right to do that no more. Fact. If they smell like dumpster juice, nigga, you smell like it too. If they got an STD, you got it or you had it too, or you probably gave it to them. I'm tired of seeing niggas fucking these, like, no, not calling you or talking specifically to you, Latoya. This is in general. Stop fucking women that you're not trying to procreate with and that you're going to dog out and play underneath their clothes. I seen Dr. Umar Johnson do some bullshit like that the other day. And I still ain't gonna get off of his neck.
So hold on.
The nigga's stupid. He's just dumb as fuck.
Hey Toya, you know we got linked because we're in the same city. So you know
that part.
So you know we got to link up because and you know I got the new hats too. And you know I got the new
freak off hats.
Yeah, listen, I got the new Usher hat with the back was A. Shoo. But I do got the freak off hats though. I ain't gonna lie because a Freako is not a Rico. So
a Freako is not a Rico. I got my t-shirt too.
Man, listen, Uda got to send me mine. Uda got mine, but I wasn't able to pop out in time. You know, because I thought the verdict was going to be a week after. That's when I was going to pop back out.
Oh man, Uda is not finna give you that shirt.
Oh yeah, you wasn't there. Damn, you wasn't there.
Right, because you know the whole time that I was there, ain't none of this bullshit pop off. But then when I leave, that's when everybody want to fight each other. I'm like, what the hell?
No, it was so much beef, and I was caught in the middle because I was hanging out with literally everybody there. So I'm
Was
like,
you
I don't
hanging
know
with
who
Sylvia?
who is Sylvia? The lady who had the all white on?
Nah, the one that looked like a raccoon.
With the lady that had the pink pick sticking out her head.
She had her natural hair the whole time, like natural.
Listen, that ain't natural. Natural hair deserved to be brush comb and everything else. And that shit was none of that. Let's be clear. I'm sick and tired of people that's too poor to bathe and to wash their hair and to style their shit up with some finger waves or some gel or something. Oh, it's my natural hair. And then I get picked at when I take my braids out for one day.
Huh?
I said, see, that's what I be talking about. I'm not in the loop. I don't even know what y'all beef is with Miss Sylvia.
We'll talk.
Oh, we good. But I appreciate you for talking about diet Timu academic.
We'll talk.
Yeah,
Behind the
you know,
scenes.
I'm gonna tell the truth as it is.
All right, so I'm gonna call you when I get off here.
Okay, fam.
All right,
D Not. Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye.
I told y'all bye.
Said I must have called the wrong Latoya.
I told you. If I don't have it, it ain't possible. But yeah, y'all go ahead and hit the Knot Cash App, please, at $ the Knot 007. And the reason why I'm saying hit the Cash App is because I'm about to have him explain what just happened. Bro, what happened between you and YouTube?
Me and who?
YouTube. Or should I say
YouTube?
Or should I say the Indian Asian people?
So every time I go viral and get a leg up and move away, like no shade, every time, not every time, but most of the time, like when I do these viral true crime cases from Mahogany Jackson, Naziah Harris, and it was supposed to be Diddy, I take charge from an intellectual standpoint. Let's be clear about that. And so going to the Diddy trial was to re-articulate my brain. But what people don't know is every single time I've gone viral and led the narratives.
Wait a minute, bro. Is that your Cash App?
Yeah, that's my Cash App. Oh, thank you, man. You notice I took it off of my screen. I didn't want to come over here and just like, oh, boom, Cash App. But I put that bit back up if you want me to.
Yeah,
anyways,
that motherfucker back up.
Okay. No, so I usually just take over and have the best opinion. And I have it's there now. I have the best opinions about content. And so when I cover Naziah Harris in both channels, super viral, but the one Controversial News, formerly Ratchet Kingdom, taking over. YouTube owed me like 6 bands, six or seven, close to like 7 bands for that content. Wow. And they demonetized my channel and kept my money. So every single time I lead a narrative, specifically true crime that doesn't involve beef, doesn't involve any of it, these beef people who don't know how to do that, don't know how to section hop, they start reporting my channel, disabling it, messing up my money and stuff. So at the Diddy trial, that's what happened again. They got robots, or a lot of people be like, Denot, what happened to your old videos? Or Denot, why is this live stream that you went live for 3 hours only 5 minutes? It's because I have to cut out. I just trim it down. The views are there. I'm denied. I can never preserve my content because somebody is going to go back and strike me out and to try to ban my channel at one of the most inconveniencing times. So my strategy was like, let me trim all of my content down. That's why a lot of my content was 5-minute videos, 3-minute videos, even though the original, when I did it, was hours, because I had to do that in order to keep my platform. I played at dozens. And YouTube doesn't understand that. And YouTube keep giving me harassment and bullying. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm playing the dozens. And they tried to get rid of my Twitch account the same way yesterday. I told Twitch I'm a professional actor that's been in comedy TV shows, nationally syndicated. I'm Black American, playing the dozens. And the people that's reporting me, they're doing it just to brigade my channel. Tia Kemp lost her channel for playing the dozens. She didn't get that bitch back. I filed that appeal. Twitch gave me my channel like this.
So that means that Tia didn't do a sufficient appeal.
She didn't do a sufficient appeal. She didn't let them know, like, what you like. These are white folks. Like, YouTube is Indians. They don't understand what the fuck the dozens are. They with that far left shit. you sneeze the wrong way, or you don't feel bad for this, and that. YouTube is with. That's why Tisha Tell blew up, pandering to the Indians so that they can promote her content to the audience, because that's the narrative they're in alignment with. So if you saying MFer and playing the dozens and dragging the motherfuckers, the black people that know what you're doing, they're reporting you, saying you're harassment and bullying because they can't stand the jokes. And so Tia on Twitch, all they seen was her looking crazy. And we don't understand this, because if she wrote an appeal, oh, I was just playing, and no, you won. Like, playing how? Give us some resources.
Right.
Let us read the Wikipedia of what the dozens mean. What do you like? So she didn't do a sufficient appeal.
So she down for 7 days.
So she's either down for 7 days or permanently banned. I don't know which one it is.
But they gotta give her 3 strikes first.
Unlike YouTube will come like a thief in the night.
And the one thing I like about Rumble is that when you block a person on Rumble, they block forever until you release it. And
can they see your content? That's what's really gonna hurt you.
No.
If you can block these mother uckers to the point where they can't see your comment no more, that's what I'm working with.
Mm-hmm. And
that's what I'm working with. And YouTube. Go ahead.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, if when you block somebody, if you start getting harassment emails and you send it over to Rumble, Rumble will call their lawyers, and their lawyers are getting contact and with you, and they ask about pursuing lawsuits. Because Rumble is made by a content creator.
That's good. Content creators need to control these platforms, not these Indians that's trying to monopolize tech industries to bring half of India over here. We done. It's bad enough niggas had to deal with the $5 India. So I'm supposed to deal with the dot busters. I put a curse on them. That's why when this dot disappear off of my head, YouTube gonna feel the wrath. You laughing.
They're not crazy as hell. That nigga said when a dot disappear off his head.
You notice I've been calling them. I've been talking about dots and dot busters, and a big ass dot came right here, right in the middle.
So, do you think that, as far as this beef that's going on now, right, in between content creators, do you think that Sylvia played a big part in that?
I think first, it's hard for me to say because y'all know more about Sylvia than I care to know. Yeah. All I know is that at the time when Miss Sylvia told me that to be careful around Armand, he's still talking shit and he's not your friend, she validated and confirmed what I already knew. And I was happy that she was able to do that. And I never spoke about it, to continue to encourage her to give me more information and to dissuade people in the public from saying, if I tell Donat this, I can't trust him, he's gonna yada, yada, yada. So then to hear her snapping on me about not paying for her food, when, bitch, I'm not fucking you, when our mom was there and you got your check later. I was not finna pay for your food and leave you to gossip about me. Hell no. You should ask Armand to pay for your food. Okay, he had the more oil fund and ain't bought shit for nobody and bragged about having Tusi and stuff in his bag at the courthouse with some coochie cutters on. So that's who should have paid for your friend food. Because I know you're a problematic person and a gossiper. And so she betrayed me. And like, I literally, the last text message I sent Miss Sylvia, and matter of fact, I didn't even bring this up. The text message I sent her, Sylvia, the text message I sent her when I left out because she was over there with Nick Dome, I told her, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't pay for your food, but the next time we go out, I would. The same fucking day, I apologized to her because I was just like, I gotta get up out of here. Look at it right here. This 770 number is her number. Okay.
Wow.
The text message she sent me Wednesday, June 18th. Let me see. Yeah. I'm trying to dox her. But Wednesday, June 18th, the message I sent her, I said, hey, I said, I'm sorry I would have paid for your food, but I am extremely low into YouTube. And I told her I was low. And this was Wednesday, June 18th. I said, I'm sorry I didn't pay for your food, but I was extremely low into YouTube check. I got you covered next time. By June the 21st, YouTube snatched my channel.
Wow.
I text her, June the 18th was a month ago, and said, I'm sorry I would have paid for your food, but I am extremely low. But the fact is, I didn't pay for it because you're right there with Armand, ready to gossip and ready to do all this stuff. And I'm not comfortable with how he tried to make people feel like they're inferior in order to be around him. I'm not cool with none of that. I got to go. I'm not paying for your food because I'm not fucking you. And you're right here with Armand, who has the more oil fun. So paying for your food, the $30 or some shit like that, he could have easily did that. It was more convenient and cheaper. Well, not cheaper, but he had more resources to be able to do that. And quite naturally, obviously, if I said I'm sorry to pay for your food, but I'm extremely low into YouTube checker, but I got you covered next time. Guess what? Even when my channel got demonetized, I went out with Nick at night, wanting to pay for food, but Nick at night was like, no, I'll do my own thing. I respect that. But that shows you my character. And Latoya, if you call her back right now, she would tell you the next time we hung out, I paid for her food.
Wow.
At the Applebee's, I paid for her food. Like, why does these women think that somebody's supposed to be a pushover? Bitch, your food was $30. As old as you never even had $40 in your heydays. You ain't worth it. Stop trying to take advantage of people. You married an African booty scratcher for $5,000. That's what you telling people. And that's pathetic. And I don't even believe it was that much. You just a nymphomaniac, sending your the pictures all around. Don't nobody want you but the African booty scratcher. Because the way that snatch looked like it was coughing.
She told you that?
Somebody said she sold her whole soul to the African man for a plate of food and supposed to be $5,000. That man ain't paid you.
Wow. This is crazy. Well, like I say, I always tell folks like, yo, at the end of the day, I can tell folks what it is, but then when they come back to bite people in the tail, they be like, yo, I should have No, it's not for you to listen. It's for you to open your head, open your eyes. And so that way you'll know, like, yo, I don't do no hating stuff. Can I ain't tell you, but I ain't say, nah, yo, you can't talk to her. But I ain't say none of that. And see, and that's the narrative that they went and told people on the internet for 4 years. Oh, Dana be making people stop talking to people. No, I tell you, if I don't deal with them now, or you'll just never see me in that chat.
Right. No, I think, like, I don't know about their experience, but I can totally tell you right here, right now, that even if Dana wanted to, he could not, or you could not, and nobody could not make me deal with somebody or stop dealing with somebody. That has to be my own choice. But I will say that curiosity kills the cat is something real.
Right.
It's something real. So I will continue to try to give people the benefit of the doubt and stuff like that. But I think I would consider, like, if I had a more defined rapport with you and you would have told me that, because mind you, we were meeting each other around the same time.
Right.
Like if we was here right now, you would have told me, I would have never even got into a situation where the bitch thought I had to pay for her food. Is you crazy? Bitch must be smoking a couple of OZ. I'm gonna put her in a dungeon under. None of the bitches they eating, they dying of hunger. Motherfucker, I'm yeah. Who the fuck is this hoe?
So look, check it out. Where can everybody find you at? Because now we at the end of the interview.
And I appreciate you. It's been a pleasure. I really like your style. You just let people, you just make me feel so comfortable being myself without anxiety, without having to worry about the chat and stuff was going to be attacking me. Thank you so much. Me, I am on
anytime
Twitch. I'm on Twitch. I'm doing fine on Twitch. That's where I'm at. You know, You can get 5,000 views on Twitch. It's gonna pay like 20,000 views on YouTube. And I got 5,000 views. Letting people watch me go to sleep. People said they want cameras in my house and want to know who I'm sleeping with and how I sleep.
Wait a minute. Mm-hmm. Now that you said that, I gotta ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I almost missed the important question. The update. What's going on between you and Wiley?
That fish-eyed fool ain't looking for numbers, some clout. His platform is in the dungeon. I fed that hungry bastard. He was locked up, and all of his little friends that he friends with picked and poked at him and bullied him, promised him interviews and publicity. They ain't give it to him. Now they giving it to him. And a Diddy is spending money on him to harass me. And I'm just going along with it because I want him to eat. Oh, yeah. Listen, I don't know what. Yeah. Listen, it's some women. I don't know what the hell I do. I don't know if it be me dancing with my shirt off or whatever. But these hoes got my name tattooed on their neck. Oh, you don't know.
Yo, you going through the same thing I went through, man. People got my dick print on their phone.
That's crazy.
It's like it's wild.
And so Wiley is just a dummy who's getting paid some coins, and I don't mind feeding him. He over there in the mental health facility, waiting for the government in the state to stop paying him so they can ship him to the next one. He's sleeping in a goddamn one bed. Every room in the place he in got 2 bunk beds, so he wanted 4 people in a room and got to go out in the common space to act like he's working and so busy, like being on YouTube and talking about me as a blue-collar job with bed bug bites under his neck, on his dick and his balls. So, yeah, I'm just playing with him. And just so that this crazy-ass woman, she's using Wiley to communicate to me, and she's supposed to be an anonymous source. And I told him, Wiley, I said, don't you keep on doing that. She know that you're the one I'm responding to, so she gonna keep on having her to send you some money. This bitch done bought people cars and everything to harass me. I ain't gonna tell you. You probably be next. And then maybe what Miss Sylvia told me about you will be true. I gotta go. Much love. Bye, y'all.
What? Hold on. Wait. Hell no, nigga.
We'll do part 2 later.
Hold on. Let's reel that back in.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
I ain't never tell Miss Sylvia nothing you said. Right. I ain't never tell you nothing Miss Sylvia said. But let me tell you something. I just don't want to get you started. I know you got a case and she's the defendant. But if I tell you what she said, you going to jail. So I'm going to go ahead and get exit and leave you curious.
I'm going to jail.
You going to jail if you heard what she said about you. You want to hear it? Want to hear it? Go.
Nigga, this nigga about to hang up. This nigga about to hang up. I knew he was about to. Shout out to the Knot for coming through, man. Like, this nigga crazy. That nigga crazy as hell. But look, shout out to the Knot for coming through, man. Great interview. Shout out to Latoya Chantel. Please go like, share, subscribe her and the Knot. Man, look, I appreciate everybody that came through. That's what the live's about having a good time. And tomorrow, I ain't gonna tell y'all who I'm having yet, but another controversial person that I've linked up with that I said, yo, I gotta get you on the channel. And they was like, bro, just make it happen, yo. Just make it happen. So tonight I'm getting on the horn. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna call that person and we're gonna have that one-on-one conversation. I will say this. He was against Diddy. So I will say that much. So he's going to bring a different perspective and a different view. So it is what it is. Like I say, God is good all the time. And we having fun and we doing what we do and we loving who we loving. Yo, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Be someone important. Be yourself. And I'm going to say this. I don't care who this is for. If you don't like what's being done over here, maybe this channel ain't for you. You always have another option. And I'm going to leave that up to you. But elephants don't swat flies. And jets fly over turbulence. Thank you, Ashley, for the $9.99 piece. Love you so much. She said, great live, Dana. I got to put that up here. Hold on. Thank you so much, Ashley. She said, great live, Dana. Listen, donating to me is voluntary. But what's mandatory is that you hit that like button. You got to violate me and hit that like button. Also, I love for you to share me out and subscribe and talk about the goodness that happened over here on the Dana J channel. On the Dana J channel. I said Dana Show. Over here on the Dana J channel, okay? I'm bringing more interviews. I'm bringing more content. And you know, YouTube changed their channel, so I'm giving you nothing but content the way we do it. Straight, direct, to the point. If it ain't right, I ain't doing it. All right? So, with that being said, I don't know. I don't know what just happened. But with that being said, that might be my cue. Come and get some of that Dana J seasoning, y'all. I'm out.
Dana J hood season, man. I'm talking about that white dirt for all your vegetables and potatoes and anything from the garden, salads and everything. They got that Cajun. Oh my goodness, they got that ooh child. Don't forget that seafood. And last but not least, he got this thing called tropical. Go to Dana J Spices at yahoo.com.
Let every move be a bitch. Enough of the speculations and the rumors. I'm finna lay that to rest. I ain't never been extorted, and I ain't never been a pussy. They thought I was Patrick Mahomes. I passed them niggas without even looking. My crib on 5 acre Super Bowl ring like a now later. Pop a tab on my ass a skyscraper. Make her come on a dick like a vibrator. At this point, ain't no competition. Something wrong with their comprehension. What goes around come back around. I can't fuck with groupie bitches. I'm too superstitious. Real nigga dilemma. These little niggas need parental. I was in back of the line too long. I walked to the front and skipped them. I don't ask for permission, nigga. If I want it, I'm coming to get it, nigga. Make them stand down like a midget, nigga. If you want to get rich, you should listen, nigga. I came home and charged 25 a show. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, diamond in the dirt. Now I'm up under a scope. Now they can see all my clarity. Made a couple good investments. Bought 1,000 pounds, made it disappear. Made 3.9 million fresh out to sell less than a year. Yeah.
Problem with these rap niggas talking about they gonna shoot me first, man. I don't take you serious. You got a 45 in your Gucci purse. How you a real man with your eyebrows and your ass is done? That's why the black woman can't find a man when she asks for one. They say keep, they gonna kill you. Boy, you rap with no filter. I remember restaurants had signs that said they serve no nigga. You ain't had a problem with that. That's why you got a problem with me. I'm gonna tell you what the real problem is. See, the problem is the problems you see with your selective hearing. Only hear what you wanna hear. And your selective touching, only feel what you wanna feel. That's a metaphor. Picked up the book and I read some more. At the Dead Sea Scrolls, just know that I'm ready for war. When the vision gets too blurry, as a whole, you look at it clearer. Told a woman I see God. Every time I look in the mirror, see. Somebody tell them kids that we ain't dumb. Cause I can take your life, plus create what? You can't tell me none. That's the power of God. Put Viagra on my watch every hour is hard. Number ride with my broad. Top back and we coasting. If it's white, it ain't right. That's wheat bread, we toasting. If it's white, it ain't right. That's brown rice, I'm eating. And everything plant-based. I forgot to mention I'm vegan. It's a real war, and they're killing us through the food we eat. But you too busy worrying about the shoes on your feet. Red bottom this, Burberry that. Gucci on your belt, Fendi on your hat. Standing in line for hours, just about the same old J's that came out in 1990. Let's talk about the old day, boys in the hood. Menace to society, Doing big pictures, but the bigger picture, that was little black boy was idolizing. Everybody want to be dope boy. Everybody want to be old dog until they spin the block like, oh boy, unload and murder your dog. I'ma teach. I'm just hoping it ain't too late for you. Nobody love you, but the graveyard gonna always have space for you. And it's gonna get worse if you don't get help. Cause if you don't get right, then you gonna get left. Shalom. Says to the Hebrews, the balls. Never.